he is not the only crew that we have in the area.
No, ABC 15's Justin Pizzera also there right now. Justin, I understand you just got done speaking to a witness.
That's right, Nick. You know, John Treeweiler was talking about just kind of the chaos out here. This is Nick, one of the residents that was in the area. You said that this actually sounded like a war zone. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you were inside painting.
Yep.
Walk me through what happened.
So I was just in the garage, painting the garage, and we've had a lot of construction recently on the street, so I heard a loud crash, and I just thought it was part of the construction crew. And then you heard like a bunch of pop, 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 pop. And eventually it got to the point where I was like, that's not construction, that's gunshots. And it just shots. And from the sound of it, it was definitely different caliber weapons. And you just like, I eventually just ducked and covered because I thought, you know, if it was going to come near the house.
Yeah.
You know.
And you are very close to this scene here.
Absolutely.
So then when you walked out here, what did you see?
I walked down, I looked down, and you could tell, I didn't realize it was immediately on the block, and I noticed that there was all the car crash right there, but I saw the windows shot out and the SUV right there, and then just right in front of, like next to that SUV was a body, and they weren't moving, and then I noticed that there was a vehicle that was crashed into the wall. And at first it was just all Phoenix police that were here that I noticed, and then I realized it was, you know, like ICE agents and stuff like that, and the paramedics finally showed up.
We do know that at least 2 people have been transported to the hospital. Both of those people, we've seen police officers escorting them as well, and that you saw 2 as well.
Yes, yep, I saw 2. One of them, they took off pretty early. This other one, they just recently took him away, but I don't know the extent of any injuries or anything like that.
Yeah, just a few minutes before we went live, they did transport another patient with a police escort to the hospital. I do know that Phoenix Police, their spokesperson, is on scene, Nick and Kaylee, so we are expecting an update from them sometime soon. They just pushed us back a little bit further from the scene just a few minutes before we came live, but again, we are expecting an update from Phoenix Police, and of course we will bring that to you guys when we get it. Nick and Kaylee.
Justin, I have a quick question for you, because we're hearing now 2 people are transported. Has it been confirmed whether or not it's a civilian or a police officer? Do we know yet?
You know, at this point we don't know, and Nick was telling me that this is not confirmed, but it looked like one of the folks that was one of the people that was actually on the stretcher. It did look like they had tactical gear on.
It did, yes, but I can't, you know, like I said, they were in plain clothes, so I couldn't say whether or not.
Yeah, so at this point, you know, that's just...
They had a tactical vest.
They had a tactical vest. That's what it looked like when they were on the stretcher, but again, we are working to find out, to confirm if any officers were involved in this, but obviously from this scene, you can see that it is quite serious.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. So, Justin, I know you're going to stay on scene for us and keep us posted if you get any updates. Now, if you're just tuning in, to give you some perspective here, this is all happening near 48th Street in Elliott, which is right by the I-10 in Elliott, a very busy part of Ahwatukee. There's a Safeway there. There's a Chase Bank there. This all happened about an hour or so ago. People sort of just carrying on with their normal Thursdays, going to the bank, going to the supermarket. Not the kind of area you would expect to see this happening in.
Case in point for the gentleman we just spoke with who heard what he said. It sounded like a war zone outside his home. We're going to continue to watch this story very closely. We'll check back in. And again, as more information comes in our newsroom, we will make that available to you.